Hey everyone, welcome to Lit Survey 11. Today we're going to go over our instructions and example and checklist for our I Am poem. So, why is writing poetry important as our guiding question? And at the end of the lesson, you will be able to write your own I Am poem using the template provided. So, how did we get here? We analyzed poetic structures and figurative language. We've read, summarized, and analyzed various poems and writers. We've had E.E. Cummings, we've had Edgar Allan Poe, we've had Robert Frost, and today you will be the poet. So we have analyzed poetry, poetic structure, rhyme scheme, figurative language, extended metaphor, and we've also analyzed the authors and their style. Therefore, it is time to take on the role of author and create your own poem based on you. So you will create an I Am poem by studying yourself and filling out the template provided. So if you have a different vision for this poem, you have the creative freedom to write a poem different than the template provided. However, your poem must be based on you and your identity, and your poem must also be a minimum of 19 to 20 lines. So if you have a different thought for how you could show your identity, that's fine, but it has to meet those requirements. So, our I Am poem directions. So, this poem is a positive representation of yourself. So, it should highlight your positive characteristics and the important thoughts and dreams that you have for yourself. It's meant to erase any negative labels that you've given yourself or negative labels that you feel others have given to you. And we want to use the template below to create your poem and use that as your guide. So be sure your final copy is submitted without the prompts in parentheses and lines, and we'll look at a template and examples on the next few slides. So remember, this should be a positive representation of yourself, your culture, who you are, the music you like, your thoughts, your dreams, your wishes, your success, those things for yourself. So here is the template, and you will be filling in all of these prompts to ultimately make your poem. So the first one is I am, so you'll state your name. Then you have I am, and you'll two special traits or physical characteristics. I wonder, something that you're curious about. I hear, something you often hear. I see, something you often see. I want, an actual desire that you have. I am, which is the first line of the poem repeated, which is your name. I pretend, something you often imagine. I feel, something you often feel. I touch, something you often touch. I worry, something that is bothersome, something that you worry about. I cry, so something that makes you sad. I am, which is again the first line of your poem repeated. I understand, something that is positively true. I say, something to believe in. I dream, something to dream about. I try, something you make an effort towards. I hope, something you hope for. So, and then at the end it is I am and your name. So that cut off a little bit. But when you're actually writing your poem, you're going to backspace these things in quotes and in parentheses and actually put your own words in. So let's look at an example here. So this is what you start with. And then this is what you're going to end with an example, but you're going to be putting your own thoughts in. So the poem goes like this. So again, you can see that our first line, if we look and compare from one to the next, I am and your name. So you're putting in your name. So the first line says, I am Gabriella Rose. We see that she didn't keep the ellipsis, those three dots, and she did not include those parentheses. So you're just filling in that statement with your response. So let's hear the poem from the top. I am Gabriella Rose. I am kind and creative. I wonder why people must be so mean. I hear people say cruel things to each other. I see the world as a beautiful place. I want others to see the world like I do. I am Gabriella Rose. I pretend the world is a magical place. I feel like we should care for the world we live in. I touch animals and wonder why anyone would ever hurt them. I worry one day the world could become a big garbage dump. I cry when I hear that people are hurting other people. I'm Gabriella Rose. I understand that I can make a difference in the world. I say others can too. I dream of traveling the world and making an impact. I try to be a positive role model. I hope other people learn to love to help others. I am Gabriella Rose. So if we look at these two, the poem template on the left to the poem on the right, you can see that she just took the first prompt and then filled it in. So I am Gabriella Rose. I am her two special traits, characteristics and traits were kind and creative. I wonder, she wonders why people are mean and cruel. I hear, and she said, I hear people say cruel things to each other. I see, so something that you often see, she said, I see the world as a beautiful place. I want others to see the world like I do. I am, and then that's repeated, I am Gabriella Rose. So you can see that her identity is getting filled throughout the poem by responding to these questions and then putting her own thoughts into it. So, to help you with this, we act and to make sure that you don't miss any as you're filling in, you have a little bit of a checklist here to go through. So, we have two special characteristics. You have something you're curious about, an imaginary or actual sounds. So, every line is worth 2 points. But the first line here about your special characteristics is 3 points. And then if you I have record here, but if you read your poem out loud in class, you will have the opportunity to receive 10 extra credit points. So you're not going to record, but if you in live class choose to share your poem, you have an opportunity to earn 10 extra credit points. So you can use that as a way to keep you going. So you are going to begin working on your I am poem. You will see this template in your assignment. You'll download and fill in and then submit. So your guiding question is, why is writing poetry important? And you will be able to write your own I am poem using the template provided. So have an amazing day and I'll see you later.